Eyes on Maricopa, 3 Arizona counties pause on election certification. As you guys, if you guys have not been following Arizona, it is probably the messiest election ever done in any state of any year. It is. I gotta watch what I say because the video's gonna be on YouTube. But chain of custody broke, disenfranchised voters. You know, they said only 10% of the machines were down. Then we found out it was like around 40%. People being kicked out, sent home, not being able to vote. To say specifically in Maricopa that the election is a mess is the understatement of the century. So much so that you want to think maybe there's something nefarious going on. I'm not saying there is, but it makes you question, why is it taking us so long? We used to know the results on election night, but then Democrats added all this, and some Republicans are responsible too, to be fair, of mail-in ballots, drop boxes, ballot harvesting, and our elections take weeks, sometimes months. And they say, no, that's good. That's a good thing. I don't know, if I add a bunch of stuff to a job I'm doing and it's taking me 3-4 times as long. Normally, I don't do that thing. Clearly, what I did is not working. What we're doing with our elections is not working. People should go to bed with not just the results, but confidence in our elections. All Americans. And we do not have that, and that's why these questions are being asked of Maricopa County.
It's something really simple that we'd like to know. Why is it that we start early voting on October 12th? And why did 0% of the voting centers encounter tabulation problems during early voting when we know the Democrats were all heavily voting? And why did that number then jump up to 48% of voting centers encounter tabulation problems on Election Day when voters voted for Kari Lake 3-1?
The eyes of the nation are Maricopa County in Arizona as the state continues to grapple with the fallout reports of disenfranchised voters in the wake of the 2022 midterms. The dubious circumstances surrounding Arizona's election process have been so bad that at least 3 counties are reportedly delaying the certification of the election results, as they should. According to Just the News, Cochise and Mohave counties are delaying certifying their ballot canvassing until November 28th because of widespread reports of irregularities. Yeah, we read that. A third Arizona county, Yavapai, is that how you say that? Probably pronouncing it totally wrong, butchering it. Looks like it will also delay its certification of election results, per Becker News. The board is scheduled to canvass the election on Monday, November 28th. The recorder's office stated on Twitter, Maricopa County in Arizona was perhaps the worst offender in the state by far, absolutely. I agree. Regarding reports of election-related chaos, with reports of malfunctioning voting machines, tabulator problems, and insanely long lines. That's what I saw. If you guys saw some of these videos, it's like hours. And some people, you know, they work 6-7 days a week. Maybe they took a little bit longer of a lunch break to go down here. They got to get back to their job. You know, some people, they're working 2 or 3 jobs. They can't be sitting there all day waiting for these machines that are supposed to work, and they're not. And apparently there was a big recall on these machines, and you're sent them in, get new ones, get them repaired, whatever it is. And Maricopa County did not do that. They did not. They still use the same broken machines that should have been recalled. When leftist polls go wrong, is hell no an option? Kari Lake responded into a tweet saying, should Kari Lake concede? Good. That's what we need. We need fighters. And Kari Lake's probably the biggest fighter out there next to Trump.
Not only be the governor of Arizona for 4 years, I'm going to do 2 terms. I'm going to be your worst freaking nightmare for 8 years. And we will reform the media as well. We're going to make you guys into journalists again.
The situation has also been so catastrophic in Maricopa County that Arizona Attorney General Mark Brunovich has entered the fray. His office requested a report from the Civil Division Chief at the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, Thomas Liddy, on how vote tabulator problems and printer problems were handled in the county. I can tell you a quick one. Handled poorly. According to a memo obtained by the Daily Caller, 11 attorneys observing election process in the Republican National Committee Election Integrity Program, that's a mouthful, allegedly visited roughly 52% of Maricopa County's voting centers during the election. Based on their report, around 60% of observed voting centers allegedly had material problems with the tabulators not being able to tabulate ballots. Yeah, we've seen the videos come out of people saying it's not taking my ballot, it's reading it wrong. Some really disturbing stuff that should not be happening on Election Day. Now that 3 Arizona counties have pumped the brakes on certifying their election results, the question is, will embattled Maricopa County be next? Democrats are always talking about spending all this money. Why don't we spend more money getting, more workers and make these lines go a little bit faster? I know at my place, there's like 3. I go very, very late, like 10 minutes to close, so I'm kind of in and out either way, but there's like 3 workers there. There's 2 tabulator machines. It's like, couldn't we get a little bit more to kind of speed it along, make it secure, but speed it along? And that's another thing I got to bring up is if Republicans want to win, we got to play the game. Where, there's places like California where ballot harvesting is totally 100% legal. Got to get on that. We got to get off of this only go on Election Day. You might say, I don't like it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it either. I want to get rid of all the machines. I want to do paper ballots one day only, all that stuff. But we can't do that until we get elected. We're not going to get elected until we play the game. They always say Democrats aren't playing by the rules. They're not even playing the same game. They're on a totally different game, totally different level. And we got to start playing the game if we want to win. We're still back at some old game that they're not even playing anymore. They forgot about. They moved on. And that is why Republicans really are going to have a very, very difficult time winning. In California, we actually picked up seats Republicans because there was a lot of churches out there actually ballot harvesting. They were playing the game. They did it right. That's why they want some seats out there. And in New York, and people got to get on that. If Republicans want to win, talk to your local committees, whatever you got to do, get some teams out there. And that's what we got to do to win so we can get in there to fix these elections. Will other counties participate in this Arizona? Will it be enough to stop, look at the election, maybe do an audit? I don't know. Kari Lake is very confident she will be the next governor of Arizona. And I believe her. I believe if the vote is totally cleaned up, we look at legitimate ballots, take care of the disenfranchised voters, all that stuff, she will be the winner. Will they do that? That's another question. So we will see. I hope to see Kari Lake. I will be praying for her. She's amazing. She is my favorite candidate out of anybody running, even in my own state. So we'll see. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think she'll win? Will they pull it off? Do you think other counties will come through and also not certify? Also, if you're from Arizona, have you seen these problems? Have you experienced these problems yourself? I'd love to hear from you in the comments and let me know. If you guys want to hit me up on social media, if that's easier for you, you can hit me up on Truth, on GETTR. I snuck back on Twitter just because I had to see what all the fuss was about. So I'm at Patriotic Cav, one word. But you can find all my other socials, Patriotic_Cav. You can find me on Spotify, Google Podcasts. I appreciate you guys listening on audio only. Like, subscribe. It helps the channel tremendously. You have no idea. Way better than a donation or any kind of help like that. Although I do appreciate that. Like and subscribing goes such a long way, and I appreciate everybody who does that. It does mean a lot. Even though I kind of get annoying with sounding like a broken record. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video.